England manager Gareth Southgate has a dilemma with Trent Alexander-Arnold, because of Jude Bellingham. Could it be that Trent Alexander-Arnold is really a shaggy-maned Scouse David Beckham? The rave reviews from Friday night might lead you to that conclusion. Let's go steady on the Golden Balls comparisons. It was only Malta after all. But England may just have been given a glimpse of their midfield future after Alexander-Arnold's revelatory display in his more advanced role. Gareth Southgate's hunch, first tried abortively against Andorra 2 years ago, turns out to have been right. Alexander-Arnold can play there at international level. When the England manager dabbled with the idea in the Pyrenees 2 years ago, Jurgen Klopp gave it short shrift afterwards, asking why anyone would want to move the best right back in the world. It was effectively a public rebuke for Southgate for messing with his player. But it could yet turn out to be the best conversion since Emperor Constantine saw the religious light. Alexander-Arnold is a rare treasure. He can change a game with one lazy swish of a leg. If you are talking about educated right boots, his has a doctorate from Oxford. If midfield is the position that enables it to be shown off without concern over his defensive frailties, then midfield is where his future should lie. It is where he played in his younger days in the Liverpool academy and where his strengths can be maximized. In recent times Klopp has been edging in the same direction, using his right back in a hybrid midfield role. It is one in which he has excelled, with his commanding performance against Leicester impressing the watching Southgate and many other judges besides. The fact is that Alexander-Arnold, for all Klopp's hyperbole, never has been the best right back in the world. His defending is too sketchy for that. England have a queue of more stable operators in the position, which is why Alexander-Arnold's international career thus far has been such a biddy, stop-start affair. Malta was only his 19th cap in 5 years since he made his debut and his first start for England in a year. He is, though, a wonderful talent, and it may be that England have struck upon the best way to incorporate that talent. One which could work at club level too if Klopp is minded to go the whole hog. When you have such an exquisite passer of a football, you surely want him on the ball as often as possible and in areas of the field where he can do the most damage. The experiment is certainly worth further exploration. In England colours, it is likely to be repeated against North Macedonia. The opposition are no world beaters, for sure, but they will be better organised and more competitive than Malta. It will be instructive to see how Alexander-Arnold gets on at Old Trafford. The complexity for Southgate is how he shapes a midfield with Alexander-Arnold in it when Jude Bellingham is fit. Real Madrid's expensive new signing will be at the heart of the England midfield for the next decade, and with Declan Rice a guaranteed selection too, there aren't too many places up for grabs. If Alexander-Arnold is used as the third wheel, it would move England away from the two protector midfielders Southgate prefers, certainly against the top teams. It could, though, mark the next phase of the England evolution, one in which they shift the balance more towards what they can do in possession than fret about what the opposition will do when they have it. His presence would give England's opponents another threat to deal with, particularly in harness with Bukayo Saka down the right. Southgate is never going to be a gung-ho sort of manager, but his stewardship has already seen a drift in that direction. The five-man defense of the Euros had become a four-man rearguard by the World Cup. An even outfield balance of 5 piano players and 5 piano shifters would allow room for Alexander-Arnold to tickle the ivories in midfield. And with Alexander-Arnold on the field, England have themselves a deadly dead ball exponent who can hold his own with anyone in the Premier League. In fact, he can bend it like, no, best not to go there quite yet.